What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. West Ham beating Fiorentina to be crowned the Europa Conference League champions. Absolutely amazing. Really good for West Ham. Their first European trophy, their first trophy in many decades. It was fantastic out there in Prague, watching it on the TV. The atmosphere was amazing. It was mostly West Ham fans in attendance. They took up most of the stadium. The Fiorentina fans did their part. The game sort of panned out how I thought it would. Fiorentina passing the ball well, having most of the possession. They sort of had the best of the first half. West Ham coming much more into it in the second half. Really managing to hurt Fiorentina on the break, getting a penalty. A Fiorentina player handballed it. It went to VAR. The referee checked it, gave the penalty correctly, and Ben Rama smashes it into the top corner. And then Fiorentina equalised to make it 1-1. A really good response about 5 minutes after being pulled back. And then the game is in the balance. Fiorentina have chances, West Ham have chances, but then a fantastic through ball by Lucas Paqueta, Jared Bowen sprinting through with that pace of his and slotting it away coolly, calmly to make it 2-1. The match-winning goal, amazing goal by Jared Bowen. He puts his name into West Ham folklore, West Ham history, winning goal in the European final. Absolutely amazing. And do you know what? Big up West Ham. You know, my predictions haven't been good of late, but the game sort of went how I thought it would. Fiorentina dominating the ball, West Ham being very lethal on the break, and it was a tight game. There was only one goal in it, 2-1. It looked like it was going to extra time before Jared Bowen scores. And do you know what? West Ham have been rewarded for not panicking, for keeping faith in David Moyes. And I'm happy for the guy, man. I'm happy for the guy. He's had an up and down career. Everton, he done well. Went to Manchester United. He got kicked out of there too soon. You know, had to rebuild himself in Spain. Came back to England. Now he's at West Ham. He's been there for about 2-3 years. You know, he's guiding them in Europe, in the Premier League. They weren't doing so well this season. They look like they might be in the relegation battle. But when other teams were sacking their managers, West Ham were calm, they were collected, they kept faith in David Moyes. He consolidates their Premier League survival and he leads them to absolute glory. And you know what? For all those teams and for all those fans that say the Europa Conference is Mickey Mouse, absolute nonsense. I respect every major trophy in football, and the Europa Conference is a European trophy, a major European trophy, and it should be taken seriously by any team in it. Mourinho took it seriously, Roma won it. David Moyes took it seriously, and West Ham won it, and good for them. I'm happy for them, to be honest with you. The fans out there seeing grown men cry, the passion. It was a great night of football, and the match itself was absolutely phenomenal. High quality football in a final, end-to-end stuff. Fantastic. And in a lot of finals, you don't get that sort of quality of football. The Europa League final just gone with Sevilla and Roma. You know, that was a decent game, but it weren't the same level as this game. This game between Fiorentina and West Ham was real high quality stuff. Real good technique, real good passing, real good finishing. Goalkeepers were in good form. The managers had to do their bit, you know, substitutions, changing tactics in mid-game. It was an amazing football game to watch, to be honest. And I'm a massive fan of the Europa Conference League. I'm a massive fan of it. But, you know, congratulations to West Ham. Congratulations to Declan Rice. Really good performance tonight. Captain's performance. And listen, he's the first West Ham captain to lift the European trophy since the great Bobby Moore. Absolutely fantastic. Declan Rice puts himself in history, and You know, he has gone up in my estimation as a footballer. He is better than I thought he was. I think the price tag with 1 year left on his contract is a bit too much, but West Ham are doing what most football clubs do. They demand top dollar for their prize asset, and they're going to do it. And it's going to be very interesting to see if this is Declan Rice's last game in a West Ham shirt. He was very emotional. And it's going to be interesting to see, man, because there's going to be a lot of clubs that are going to try and sign Declan Rice, Manchester United, Arsenal. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Or will he stay? Will he stay for the Europa League adventure? Will David Moyes manage to keep this team together so that they can go on another European odyssey? Amazing stuff. Fantastic stuff. And I'll be very interested to see what happens with Declan Rice and where he's going to end up next season. Congratulations, West Ham. You know, I'm happy for you guys. It's always great to win a trophy. And, you know, West Ham, you deserve it. Moving on to transfers. Jude Bellingham. It looks like the fee has been agreed between Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham will be a Real Madrid player. It looks like he will be part of the revolution. We all knew this was sort of coming. Jude Bellingham is going to join a very, very dynamic young midfield with Valverde, Chukwuemeka and Camavinga. Bellingham's going to be part of that. 4 fantastic quality young midfielders. But will Harry Kane be joining Jude Bellingham for that Real Madrid revolution? Apparently, according to the hierarchy at Spurs, he is going to be heavily involved in the new kit launch that they're going to be starting in the next coming days, taking photos, you know, and being part of the launch. So does that mean that he's actually going to stay at Tottenham Hotspur? Does that mean that his future is at Tottenham Hotspur? It's going to be very interesting to see. Listen, if Real Madrid want you, you go. Harry Kane's representatives, his brother's his agent, done him a wrong 'un when he done this 6-year contract before. Do your brother a good 'un and get him this move to Real Madrid. Become a legend. Win some trophies. Join Jude Bellingham at the best club in the world as they are gonna start this revolution. Show some cojones, man. Show your quality in a world-class team. Don't be part of this mediocrity that's gonna be happening next season with Postecoglou. Go and join Carlo Ancelotti, Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu and get glory. Bang 30 goals in that league. Win some trophies. Because if he turns down this move, he would have to be the most unambitious footballer of all time with so much ability. Forget about this Shearer record. Just win Champions Leagues. Win La Ligas. Be part of massive games. El Clasicos. Champions League semi-finals and finals. Harry Kane can lead the line at Real Madrid for the next 4 or 5 years. Because when Mbappe comes, he's going to go on the left anyway. Mbappe's not a striker. Mbappe plays off strikers. He plays from the left. And Vinny was probably going to go to the right. Or Vinny can play as a 10. But whatever happens, I'm sure Harry Kane's going to spearhead that attack for years to come. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens if Harry Kane is going to join Jude Bellingham at Real Madrid. Other transfer news, it looks like Messi is going to turn down Barcelona and Saudi Arabia and join David Beckham at Inter Miami. Good move. It looked like he was pretty much certain to go to the Saudi Arabian League, but now it looks like he will join up with David Beckham and Inter Milan. And what a coup for Inter Miami. And you know, it looks like Messi didn't want to follow suit with the other big stars that are going to the Saudi League. Stars such as Benzema, Kante, Cristiano Ronaldo still there. The Saudi League is going to be an interesting... Do you know what? There's a lot made of this, you know, Saudi League and, you know, getting the big players. But, you know, at the end of the day, football's always been like that. When players are sort of coming to the end of their careers and they want to secure you know, secure their bank balance, secure their family for generations and generations. They want a big contract. They, you know, when it's coming to the end, they want a big contract. That's what Kante's doing. That's what Ronaldo's doing. And that's just how it is. That's just how it is. It's always been like that. You know, when the Chinese Super League was in its pomp, loads of players were going there, even in their prime, but mostly when they were at the latter stages of their career. You know, the great George Best, when he was at the latter stages of his career, he went to America, earned some good money out there. So this isn't so, you know, unheard of. This always happens, but it happens it's happened in other regions of the world. Sometimes it's been the American League that's done it, the Chinese Super League that's done it, and now it's the Saudi League that's doing it. Even the Indian Super League had loads of stars like, you know, Del Piero going out there to you know, when they were at the end of their career, to pick up a paycheck. Loads of other, you know, top players from Europe went to the Indian Super League. So in my view, it ain't such a big deal that, you know, these players are getting out there and getting big money at this stage of their career. You know, Ronaldo, Benzema, Kante and others. Why not? They're at the latter stages of their career and they want to finish off with a good paycheck. So I don't begrudge them. But, you know, it's very interesting to hear, you know, the pundits and the sports media's views on this, and I will give my views in more depth in another video on the Saudi League and the players that are going over there and the money that's being paid to them in a later video. But this is going to end this video today. Again, big up West Ham. Congratulations, West Ham. Big trophy. You know, history's been made and I respect that. So please, guys, smash the like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll be back tomorrow for the next one. Peace.